State Health Officer Dr. Scott Harris held a press briefing earlier today regarding how the COVID-19 pandemic has affected Alabama. According to Dr. Harris, 1 out of 500 Americans have died due to COVID-19. According to Dr. Harris, 1 out of 500 Americans have died due to COVID-19 since the pandemic began. Here in Alabama, this past year, 2020, was the first time in the history of the state where there were more deaths than there were births.
64,714 deaths is the still preliminary number that we have for deaths in 2020. We'll continue to update those. It takes really about a year to get your total data on a previous year, and that compares with about 57,641 births that we have a record of.
When it comes to deaths that happen daily within the state, typically there are 40, 50, or even 60 daily deaths. However, 192 deaths have occurred since yesterday, but not all of these numbers represent just COVID-19. It includes all illnesses or accidents.
Those did not all occur yesterday. Some of those are several days old, or some may even be a few weeks old that we're just now able to confirm.
It's been reported that a total of 7 pregnant women have died from COVID-19. On average, for the past week, about 23 pregnant women were hospitalized due to COVID-19. However, Dr. Harris says they are actually seeing a decline in the number of hospitalizations.
That's certainly a good thing. In a way, we don't want hospital numbers to continue to increase. I would just say very respectfully and with compassion, there are 2 ways people leave the hospital, and one of them is not very good.
Dr. Harris says hospitals around the state still have more patients requiring critical care than available critical care beds.
And that's a really challenging problem just for people with non-COVID illnesses or people who have a stroke or a heart attack or a car accident today. It's going to be very challenging to figure out where you can get critical care if you need it.
There are about 53 children in the hospital as of this morning with COVID-19, and 6 of those are on ventilators. However, in terms of vaccinations, Alabama is actually doing a good job. This week, there are 8 states below us in terms of vaccinations. More than 1.9 million Alabamians are now fully vaccinated, which represents a little more than half of the state in terms of those who are eligible for the vaccine. Both Dr. Harris and Dr. Williamson encourage more Alabamians to go get their shot and to continue to wear a mask.